Hello there, this is the Referee Forum and you're watching Match of the Week. So this week's match is one that's very close to my heart because I refed it. It was this Saturday just gone, the 15th of January 2022. Marshall's reserves against Runcorn Sports in the West Cheshire 2nd Division. There were 2 red cards, there were plenty of goals, and of course I'm watching it from a perspective of a referee, so feel free for any criticisms or critiques or praise that you want to give me down in the comments below. Otherwise, sit back, relax, grab the popcorn and enjoy watching your boy ref it again. Switch over as I'm just giving my pre-match chat to the captains. Here we go. So my pre-match is dead quick. It's the logistics of the game, 2 hours, 45 minutes, league game, no extra time penalties. It's then into, if you can, I don't like giving cards out, so if you notice your players starting to go in heavy or you start noticing they're giving me a bit of lip, you tell them off so that I don't have to, because if I do it, the cards come out. And once one comes out, like confetti, flying out then. So we're minutes into the game. It's a corner, obviously. I'm having a little stretch. Still keeping fresh on my toes. Back post. And there we go. Takes a second for everyone to realise actually a goal has been scored, and when they do, they're very happy. Absolutely no question about this one being a legit legal goal. There we go. Another goal. This one is what? Or about 10 minutes into the game. It's 2-0 to Marshall reserves at this point. The blue team are starting to argue amongst themselves. I can see there I'm looking around at them. I've picked up on that. So I've made a mental note that this is what they're like. Having a moan at each other. Lots of pointing. It's all each other's fault. No one took responsibility for that one. So 10 minutes in, 2 goals scored, and the team in blue, Runcorn Sports, have kind of shown me, they're quite verbal. They'll be very vocal when they're not happy with things. So I've made a mental note of that. We carry on. The next highlight I think we will skip through is a penalty. So this is the first kind of contentious decision. Let's skip ahead and take a little look at that. So a quick clearance up the line by Marshall's reserves. Big shout for a penalty. I give it. The camera pans over there for some reason. And then back. So let's see that again. Let's have a little static camera. Everything's in frame. Let's take a look at this again. Do you agree with it being a penalty? Yes or no? Write in the comment what you think. I clearly think it is a penalty, but I'm happy to analyse it as well, again, with this video clip. So let's take a look. Now, this scenario, this is how Marshall scored their second goal. So already, for me, I'm on the lookout for a repetition of the style of play. What they're going to do, drag it to the corner of the 6-yard box and play it across the goalkeeper. Again, that's already a mental note in my mind. So he's done that. The defender's not having it and trips him up. And then just to make sure, he puts him down again for the second time. About 20 yards from play, when I blow the whistle to give the penalty, I think that's a credible position to give the pen. Lots of the blue players here now are just not having it. Now, I don't know if you see the cursor there. Keep an eye on this guy. He gives a very aggressive reaction to me awarding the penalty. The yellow card for stopping promising attack or dogso in the area leading to a penalty. Not a red. The rules have changed, so I was quite happy with it being a yellow as well. If you think it should have been something different, you, by all means, write what you think I should have done there.
What is the penalty then? Fucking hell, stonewalling, mate.
The line under the camera have got my back. Obviously, they're saying it's a stonewaller. So the cautioning, you know, I've shown the card and then confirmed the details. That's naughty. You should talk to the player. Isolate. Caution. Bad caution technique. My coach won't be happy with that. But it was definitely a caution. Let's scrub back one more time. Let's see the penalty again. Watch the reactions. That's not a pen. There we go. Now let's go to the penalty itself. And the goalkeeper saves it anyway. Nice turn. Rode the tackle. Relatively straightforward goal. Nothing for me to really get involved with there. If we come back a little bit, let's take a look at my positioning. As I see it starting to develop down the right-hand side, get a bit of a jog on. Stop just there. That's all right. I'm happy with my positioning there. Again, if you don't think that the positioning was good, let me know. This is where the game starts to get a little bit heated. We've had one yellow card for a stonewall penalty and dug so. Stonewall, in my opinion. You might not agree. This is the second penalty. Corner comes in. I'm on the edge of the box. Marshall's player take it out to the touchline. They're going to try and work it back into the box. I'm all right there. I'm expecting a delivery to come in. The defender's holding, and eventually Judo throws him around his hip. And another yellow card for me. There we go. You're watching the defenders work the ball into the box. The defender holding, and then turns him at the end there. No attempt to play the ball. He knew that the defender was past him. For me, that's an easy yellow card and a definite penalty. At this point, the number 8, this guy here, is the captain, and he is saying that if I was going to give anything there, I need to give a free kick outside the area because that's where the foul started. You don't give the foul where it finishes. If it's holding, you give it on the first holding offence. I told him he's talking rubbish. Anyway, at this point, the I'll say abuse comes to the fore. Goalkeeper comes out. Goalkeeper's also saying it wasn't a penalty, it wasn't a yellow card. Of course he is. It's pointing at something else, saying why wasn't that a free kick then? Because it wasn't. It was not the same. And the players will always do this. They'll always say, what about this thing that happened 10 minutes ago? It was exactly the same. Nothing's ever exactly the same. Look, this is the guy from the first penalty who was angry, fuming at the first penalty, and now he's adopted a similar aggressive, abusive tone. So I've booked him for dissent and told him to go and take 10 minutes off. As I've booked him, as I've shown the yellow card, he's told me to go fuck myself or something like that, fuck off, blah, blah, blah. So this is where I produce the red. sideline there. It's very switched on. They were so switched on that they clocked that I was booking him for dissent. And then when I produced the red, oh, he's been sent off as well. Already lining up the next penalty taker as if there would be a third. There we go. Pen that time. Keeper goes the same way. But the Marshals player scores. And the fifth goal is the contentious. The team in blue, Runcorn Sports, are adamant that this was offside at the time. Thanks to the video footage, we can now double check. Was it offside? Was it not? Let's take a look. Simple tapping. The defender's now asking, ref, was that not offside? Was that not offside? Now, not just the players. We've got a coach coming on. He's now about, what, 30 metres on? I've spotted him. Get off the pitch. He came on to shout abuse. He's shouting abuse to this line that's underneath me as well. He's not leaving. He's still having a go. I'm saying leave the pitch, leave the surrounding area. I'm not here to be abused. I'm not here to take this. Still going, still having a go. I'm saying away. Shoo. I didn't say shoo. He's still hanging around, still shouting from the side. I'm like, no, mate, go. Away he goes outside the perimeter fence, and I suppose that's as good as it's gonna get. I'm not messing about. He's gone. That was the second red card. It was obviously he's the manager. Who are you? He says, fuck off. I said, all right. The name I'll put down in the reports, and that's the one that I put into county. You know what? I'll show you on this video if I can. I'll screenshot it and get it up there. The report that I actually put in. But let's go back to this goal and see if their claims for offside were valid. I have to watch the whole thing. Okay, so this is the fun bit. Can we take it back a little frame? No. If we can, I don't know how. I have to just scrub back ever so slightly and then just try and time it right. And that's where he's played the ball. Kind of there. Oh, it's tricky to get this. Okay, and... Okay. For me, you can see that the attacker there that's played the ball played it from about 1-2 steps into the penalty area. There's the 18-yard line, and he's trailing foot, and the foot he's played the ball with is there. So that's about 2 meters along that line. The player that receives the ball is just taking a step there onto the 18-yard line. Therefore, he's behind the player that's played the ball. For me, onside. If you want to say it's different, if you don't agree with what I've seen there, let me know. But also, even so, you've got this player here right next to him trying to block the cross. The ball, you know, draw lines all you want on this. But for me, it was just a call for offside because he'd wrong-sided the defender. It's a good goal. There we go. So all of the action in this game kind of happened in the first half. So Runcorn Sports did have a shout for a penalty of their own in this game. It was for handball. This is the incident. Let's check it out. See if they had a good shout for a penalty. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just there, just there. Definitely hits his arm, hits him at the bottom of the elbow there. But for me, he's facing away from the shot, and it's tucked into his body. Take the arm away, it would have hit his body. He's not made himself wider to try and stop the shot or anything like that. So for me, no. If you think different, let me know. And as always, from this, Marshall's almost score again. I cocked up a little bit here because I was way behind play, but to be fair, no, not to be fair, I should have just sprinted. I was going to say it's gone from one end to the other. It was going to be always tough to keep up. But you can see I've taken my starting position up here on the edge of this box on the shout for handball. So 18 yards here is where I'm stood. Seeing what's going on here. Expected him to get the cross in. Realised that we're breaking down the other way. Oh, and there, at the halfway line, I've just taken my foot off the gas, expecting just him to slot it home again. I do point for a goal kick at first. And then I had a little VAR in my head, and I'm like, because I thought the fella at the back might have got a touch on it as well, but he's saying he wants a corner. It was a corner, but that is sloppy. That's horrible, That's bad.
Hey, don't let him speak to you like that, ref.
Don't let him speak to you like that, ref. I kind of, when I've cocked up like that, and I know I've cocked up, I don't allow dissent, but I understand frustration and where it's coming from. So, you know, the goalkeeper's having a moan. I say to him, but it is a corner. You did touch it. He's like, that's not the point. That's not the point. You pointed for a goal kick first. I was like, yeah, and I fucked up. It wasn't a goal kick. It was a corner. So I think me producing a card in that moment would have just inflamed the situation. So I've kind of gone, I've explained it. If you're not happy, fine, whatever. But that's sloppy. That's not good. Okay, last little highlight from this game. All of the action in this one happened in the first half. I think second half, both teams were kind of like, that's the result done. There was no goals. There was no, there was nothing, no incidents, no highlights of note. This is the last highlight that we'll go through for this match of the week. It's one of those ones where the player in control of the ball has a heavy touch and then kind of lunges in to retain possession. Watch the clip, see what I did, see if you agree with it. Let's have a look. The Blues on the attack, poor ball forward, manages to get the ball back, is tackled again, Blue, heavy touch, and then lunges in, retains the ball, and that's kind of it. And then it goes out for a Blue throw. We had a player down, which kind of completely diffused the incident. I was like, right, we'll stop the game, saw the injured player. He ended up getting subbed off. But in that moment there, a lot of people, especially the green sideline here as well, are saying, that's a heavy one. That should have been a free kick. I was a bit closer to it than the camera, and it looked like he was nowhere near, impacting his opponent. He went in clean for the ball, and as he hit the ball, I think he rolled over the top of it. So I was happy that it was not a foul, but you might think different. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. But let's just watch it one last time. Just there it is, isn't it? And then we'll wrap up this match of the week. So all in all, there was plenty of stuff to keep me on my toes. It all happened in the first half. Nothing really going on in the second. The game did finish 5-0 to Marshall's reserves, and the cards that you saw were the only cards in the game. Second half, really, not much happened. But I did just want to finish off by keep your ear out, and I'll throw a subtitle down to what the green sideline says.
Hey, please, keep this over here.
There you go. Just in case you missed it, this referee's all right. The Runcorn Sports guys probably didn't share that opinion, and probably if they had a camera on their side, I'd have picked up all sorts. But there we go. That was this week's match of the week. Marshall's 5, Runcorn Sports 0. Couple of red cards, couple of penalties, couple of yellows. Enough to keep me on my toes. And, you know, it was an enjoyable game to referee. I'd have preferred it if I didn't get the stick and the abuse. And it's always nice to receive praise for your performance. But if the camera was on the opposite side, probably wouldn't have liked what I heard so much. But there you go. That's football, isn't it? Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next match of the week.